All right, we are at Jimbocho, which is one of the big stations here in central Japan, central Tokyo. And I'm gonna take you on a walk around this neighborhood, but first we gotta get out of the station. Here, let's go in this way. This is the Mita line, but it's also connected with the Hanzomon line and Toei Shinjuku line. So we're gonna go to exit 6 and 7. And this neighborhood, I really love to come here. I used to work at a company called Shueisha, and they have offices just around here. There's a bunch of offices. It's a big publishing house. Okay, here it is, exit 6 and 7 right up there. All right, this way. They have publishing houses for a manga called Shonen Jump, but I was working with their magazine department way back when. And now I get a chance to take you guys around this neighborhood. Clean the lens a little bit. All right, let's get out of here. You know, that's a funny thing. I don't know if you guys know this, but in Japan, you stand on the left and walk up the right, but you're actually not supposed to be walking up on the escalators at all. And just over the last few months, they've been promoting this no walking. Now check this out, they have restaurants inside of here. All right, let's go here, this way. Okay. Why is it all kind of wobbly? Okay, here we go. Exit 7 is the one we want to go to. It is chilly here in Tokyo right now. I've got my jacket on. I'm bundled up quite a bit. All right, exit A7 right there. Okay. A7 is my favorite because this leads you out right to where there's a bunch of alleys with cafes with histories going back a very long time. I've done this before. I've walked through here as a live stream, but every time is different and things change all the time. And it is very popular for books, bargain hunting. I'm going to show you where we are in a second. Okay. Okay, we're at the top of the steps here. So that's what it's like to leave the Tokyo Metro, get to vending machine heaven here. Yeah, you know, that's where I used to work. Over there, there's the Shueisha's headquarter building, I believe, over there, near the Salvation Army. Used to work in that building years ago, another lifetime ago. And this is the big intersection of Jimbocho in central Tokyo. I think Jimbocho is pretty central. You don't get more central than this, perhaps Otemachi and Tokyo Station. But if you look straight ahead down this street, maybe like about 800 meters. What is that, like 3/4 of a mile or something like that? You can see the roller coaster. That's Tokyo Dome. And I've done this walk a few times. I don't think the roller coaster is working on a Monday morning, but you never know. The Indian Embassy is just down the street, about 1 kilometer in Kuranshita, which is the next station. And this area is famous not just for books, but also for Indian curry rice. I don't know why Jimbocho is so famous for curry. I think it's just because maybe the Indian Embassy is right around here, but there's a lot of restaurants here catering to the, well, you can see here, the publishing houses that are here, a lot of manga, anime. And one of the reasons why Akihabara became a manga central area is because it's close to here. The publishing houses are here. It just made a lot of sense to put it in Akihabara. Used to be, Akihabara was not the manga center of Japan 25 years ago. It was more like the electronic center, and it's evolved over time. All right, this alley in the back of exit 7, this is why I like to come here. You can see Jimbocho, exit A7, and then you have all of these are not chain cafes. These are better. These are all local cafes that have a history going back decades. I'm talking like before World War II. And some of these buildings were rebuilt. Some of them weren't. Some of them were just renovated. This area was bombed pretty heavily. But this one is called Saboru, and they have number 2 and number 1. And Saboru has one of the most affordable lunch menus. This is volume, people. This is their beef curry and ebi pilaf, I guess. They have a Napolitan meat sauce, Italian sauce, so different sauces. It's only 980 yen, and they just changed the price recently. I think it got more expensive. I think it was 850 yen before, but you can go for a bigger portion for 250 yen, omori, which means a bigger plate. I recommend this, and it's still super cheap. I think this used to be 800 yen. This is the pork shogayaki. Shoga means ginger, and it's like these really thick cuts of pork with ginger flavor on there. It's so incredible. If you do come to Jimbocho, that's like $7. It's massive. It will totally fill you up, and you can get it as a set with coffee. They're open until 2 p.m. So if you're in Tokyo, I would recommend coming to a local place for lunch, a local cafe for lunch. This is one of the first. You can get this set is 50 yen cheaper. So that this is shogayaki with the drink set, so 300 yen more. That's still like $9. It's so cheap. Saboru, really cool. And the thing is with the inside of it, it looks like what you think it would, right? It's really special inside. Cash only, by the way. Cash only. Look at this. It is what it looks like it would be. I'm serious. But it's massive portions of food that will fill you up. It's got so much character and personality. This looks like, look at the old retro telephone in it. And this is what they're really famous for, and this is sort of why, I'm pretty sure they have English menus in there. But listen, it doesn't really matter. They don't have a massive offering. Shogayaki or curry rice. Those are the two that you should probably get. Shogayaki. Just write that down and remember it. It's not like it's a massive menu that you have to memorize, but if you go in there, it's like going into a theme park. It really is like going back into time. And that's what I love about the alleys of Tokyo, in particular, Jimbocho. This is a new cafe, but it also looks quite nice, a little bit darker inside. That's sort of the Jimbocho alley feeling. This one is new as well, the sushi shop. Again, they're not catering to tourists, but look, honestly, if you're going to Saboru, all you have to do is know is shogayaki or curry rice. Those are your two options. It's not like having an English menu is going to help you that much, especially if you watch this live stream. The lunch options are amazing here. Oh, it smells so good. You can smell the curry in the air in the back alleys here. I should change this to the back alleys of Jimbocho. That sounds a lot cooler. Stamford Bridge. What? There's a lot of bars and cafes, night cafes in this area because, again, like people go off of work and then they want to get a couple of drinks and booze it up with their friends and coworkers. There's a lot of history here. This building on the left side is new, so some of the buildings that were here is gone, but it also cleaned up the street a bit, which probably is better for foreign tourists. I don't know if the narrow alleys were as inviting. Meat and wine. I'm kind of digging that vibe here. Meat and wine bar. So you're gonna get places like that. Air to the Ron. Couple bucks if you buy a book. I'm not in the market for a book that I can't really read, but let's go take a look at that. It's always good to see Aaron here, father of the Aaron buggy, and one of Leo's uncles from the great state of Cali. Hope you're doing well. All right, let's walk down the street a little bit here. I want to show you my favorite cafe before we move on to the main street. Again, look at that. Like, there's so much character in the alleys of Jimbocho. Let's see, is the menu in English? Yeah, I mean, when they have pictures, it's pretty self-explanatory, but a lot of the cafes, again, they have curry all over the place here. They put it in the genie-looking things. I guess this is the way they eat it in Europe. I can't remember seeing that in India. I guess they did too, but it's more based on the Indian curry recipes. But it is quite good. And you find sandwiches as well here. A lot of good finger food. Very tasty. And a lot of business meetings. I had a business meeting in here about 10 years ago. Oh my God, the time goes by. I remember sitting up there with my friends, having a meeting about an idea that I had. It didn't work out though. I had an interview with ANA Airlines to try to pitch some stuff, and it just didn't work out. It was a while ago, wow. All right, here at the end of the street here, and the alleys keep on going. Mironga. That is, wow, so they have a new one. So this is this is brand new. Mironga is, I'm gonna take you down the alley and show you, this is an old school cafe. It's so old school, but they've made a new one? What? Maybe just because of safety things? You can see me in the reflection there holding the camera, kind of creepy. But it's got that vibe to it. You see the beer, and we're gonna go take you over here. Oh, that guy waved. How you doing? So this alley is where the original is. All right. So Radorio right there. Ladorio, I guess Radorio is how you say it. This is my favorite. Ladrio. There's the English right there. Ladrio. This top of the table. But I've had lunch in here maybe about a dozen times, usually with friends. I don't think that the menu is in English, but again, it's pretty predictable. Chicken curry and Napolitan, which is spaghetti. It's 1,150 yen, and this store is the inventor of the Wiener coffee for Japan. It first came here in the 1930s. Honjutsu no keiki. Some customers going in. They have pound cake, tea flavored pound cake, and chokora, and Basque cheesecake for today's cake. Again, all the old bars and cafes here, they don't have non-smoking. It's just, unless the city of Tokyo mandated it recently. I haven't been in here for maybe 5 years, but it was a smoking cafe. The Wiener coffee is my recommendation. Comes with whipped cream, hand whipped whipped cream, 650 yen for that. Blend coffee, just always get the Wiener coffee here. Napolitan or chicken curry, that's it. So the menu is pretty self-explanatory. Or that's not the right word. It's just easy to know. There's just 2 items. So Latrio is, bar. They sold out. What? But I guess this is something else. This is new. But inside probably is unchanged. But you have these old brick building shacks here. So the character of this is so amazing here. This looks like a Thai restaurant. So go around here, check out the menu real quickly. Oh, that does look good. So you can get a takeaway menu for as little as, what is that, $4 with the exchange rate. And all that is 800 yen. Oh my gosh. I like it that everything has English in it. Gapao and green curry, gapao red curry, or gapao and Thai Muslim curry. 800 yen. It's a pretty good deal. But if you look back at the alley, you can see it's got a really amazing vibe to it. So coming down to Jimbocho, this is like, if you are coming down here, you definitely want to go to the alleys and eat here. But you can check this out, like, just walk around and you're gonna find some other places. If you look at the map real quickly, so let me just show you where I am in the city of Tokyo. It gives you an idea. We're above the Imperial Palace. That big green spot in the middle is the Imperial Palace, and get much more central than this. There's a couple of Appa hotels that are quite nice too to stay in. It's quite popular. But Jimbocho, you can see has here, it's mostly that big intersection, and a lot of the office buildings for publishing houses and other businesses. They have their headquarters here because again, it is so close to the Imperial Palace, and so there's Meiji University right there, so a lot of university students. Again, Akihabara is so perfectly positioned with a lot of the manga companies, the mangaka working in this area, or at least their editors are here, as well as the university, Meiji University there. It's like a perfect storm. So Akihabara is, you can walk there in about 20 minutes from here. There you go. But it's the alleys of Jimbocho. Let me see if I could do that right. The alleys of Jimbocho are really, really, a lot of personality. A lot of personality, I think. I did a sketch of Ladrio as well. Love the shit because Tokyo's always changing. So I hope that, I get a feeling like this block of shacks is going to go away. That's one reason why I'm here. The other is to meet a friend from Shueisha. So we're going to have lunch here. Just happen to be here. I did a Shonen Jump episode. About 8 years ago, and I might do something else with them. I'm not sure. We'll talk. All right, here I'm on the main street. I hope the signal is getting a little bit better. So to Aaron, this is one of the more interesting intersections in Tokyo. You got the old bookstores right here. Again, I think the prices on everything has just gone up. This one is really famous. A lot of old books here with labels all in Japanese. Maybe I'll pick up something to read here, but it's one of these bookstores. It's just an iconic one. I think that's the kanji for sun, isn't it? They used to, there's a shop over there, used to have an old map of the Edo period, I think. Among them, you'll find a lot of ramen shops, very quick takeaway places, sit down, eat. One advice to all foreign tourists visiting here, if you go to a ramen shop, it is not a cafe. Go in, eat, get out. They make money and keep the prices low based on turnover. So you're gonna wanna give up your seat and not linger unless you get another beer, but then drink it fast and get out of there. Then you can go to a cafe and waste time. But don't do it at the expense of the restaurant owners. Oh, this is the shop that used to have an old Edo era map, but they don't apparently today they don't have it in there. You'll find a lot of old businesses, but look, they knocked down. This used to be a big bookstore. Now it's gone unless they're building a new building here. From Jimbocho here is Ogawamachi, which is the next stop before Akihabara. Akihabara is just over there. Again, this is how close we are to Akihabara. You see this intersection here? This starts, I guess, the end of Jimbocho and starts Ogawamachi. And there's a sports store here. Ogawamachi is famous for camping and sports stuff. This used to be Victoria, now it's Zebio. I don't know how it's always changing. You see it right in the center there? That's a massive sporting store. And down here, I think there's a North Face store. All of the sports goods stores have shops. I think even a Patagonia might have something around here, I'm not sure, but the alleys of Jimbocho. Oh, you wanna hear something funny? For all you, the camera geeks out there, me and Peter were walking down this intersection last year, and we passed another YouTuber. I think his name was Jason Vong. I don't know who he is so well, but I watch his stuff when new cameras come out. He's a really creative guy. He's always in Japan, and we walked right by him. Like, I wasn't sure. I had recognized him, but it was a lot of the viewers afterwards said his name, so I sent him a message and he sent me one back. That was kind of funny. Like, two ships crossing in the night. But it just happened to be daytime. This place is always changing. It's always changing. Meiji University's over there. That McDonald's has been there forever. Some late night eats. All right, Aaron, let's go check it out. Let's go walk down the street. The signal, it wasn't so good, but we're gonna go walk on this side of Jimbocho and show you what's going on this side. There's a lot of bookstores. There's another street parallel to this on the other side of the alley where there's more bookstores, but this is the main street where the books come out onto the street. Check this out. That's pretty cool. That makes a pretty good thumbnail shot here because everybody knows that Jimbocho is very famous for books. There you go. It's funny to get a picture on the street with books. And in a digital world, it just feels good to be surrounded by them. You don't see them too much. Bookstores in the US, I think they're starting to make a comeback everywhere, which is a good thing. Oh, moderators, my meeting is at 1 p.m., so let me know so I can make sure to get to the Shueisha headquarters and on time. I don't want to be late for my lunch meeting with my friend. Here's another ramen place. Check this out. Halal beef noodles. Wow. That looks really tasty. It's just interesting that it's halal. Another old bookstore. This one has been here for a long time as well. You can see some big volumes. Look at the glass window. It's so retro. The glass window sticking out. This just reeks of the bubble era, like the mid 1980s style. It feels very much like that. It's a lot of books. By the way, none of them are in English. So if you ever wanted to make a library of Japanese books for your own decorations or something, you could probably find a bunch of stuff here. That kind of looks cool. You have a whole shelf of Japanese books just for decoration. I've seen it before. I pushed the wrong camera. How you doing? Oh, I've eaten at that cafe before over there. The big window up on the second floor. You have business meetings, a nice view looking out. Because it's so long, they have about 5 tables facing the window, so it's nice. Especially on a rainy day. Oh, check this out. Let's see what they got on the menu here. So, oh, I think this is the same place that we saw on the other side. They had an entrance on the alleyway as well. And then they have an entranceway here. Yeah, it's the same place we saw on the other side. Where the books are cheap, 200 to 300 yen. That's like $1.50 for each book. That's really inexpensive. They got books coming out of the second floor there. Sawa Books. For just a couple of bucks a book. Some of them are used here, and some of these are just like incomplete sets. So if you buy it as a set, it's much more valuable. Not as a set, not so much valuable. Thank you so much, Carrie. I'm almost there. And these are kokeshi. This is really funny to see these on the street. These are Japanese wood dolls, usually sold up in Tohoku. I'm walking back to the intersection, so I'm only about a minute away from Shueisha's headquarters. Aaron, you're getting your book fill. I'm kind of scoping it out to see what I could actually buy, but check this out. These are all 200 yen each. These look old. I don't know what they are, but it's like Japanese famous things. What? Meibutsu? To set up a little library, it's kind of cool to have these books with Japanese characters on it for those that are looking for souvenirs and stuff. I mean, yeah, a book is nice. It's certainly made in Japan. I'm pretty sure. Nice to see phone booths are still here. The reason why is because Japan is an earthquake country, so if we ever have a massive earthquake, these phone booths are going to be pretty important. So it might be good to have a phone card on you just as a backup. They're really thin and you can use them in a wallet and leave them in your wallet. Here's another bookstore. There's the alleyway, and after that alleyway is another road with a lot of books on there. So, well, here we are. We're back where we started. I hope that this was an interesting episode for you. Next time, I think if I do come to this area, I'm going to take you to the Tokyo Dome. Maybe we'll walk from the Chidoriga Fuchi. I think that's what it's called. I always get that mixed up. I don't know why. Chidoriga Fuchi is where a very famous walkway with the cherry blossoms, crowded during the cherry blossoms, but it's still a pretty nice walk from the Indian Embassy to the British Embassy up there. Maybe we'll do a walk from Kuranshita to Jimbocho and then up this way towards Tokyo Dome, which is quite a nice walk. But yeah, this is pretty urban Tokyo here. Pretty urban Tokyo. I don't know, maybe the future is Starlink, I don't know, but right now we still have the old phones, and sometimes the retro technology is pretty valuable. It's good not to get rid of the old stuff because you just never know. And then when it's no longer there, then you realize why it had so much value, right? These electric scooters are all over the place. I believe you need to register with your driver's license, but I've seen them more and more. The bicycles, they have bicycles, battery-powered bicycles, and these scooters. But if you do, I would recommend having a helmet, and it is kind of, the way some people have been driving these kind of scares me, but I don't know, depends if you're used to it or not. There's like a butcher shop restaurant over here as well that I've been to a couple of times. All right, I guess there's two more places I can show you before I hit Shueisha in about a minute. But there's a really good curry rice place that's very famous down this alley. And there's also a craft beer place that I met as a viewer about 6 years ago and had some drinks. That was really good. Like a craft beer place on the street there. I think just about 300-400 meters. But the alleyways of Jimbocho are really, really cool. So I'd recommend, and this is the street that I was telling you about that you could also check out. Down here. Just give it a walk walk around Jimbocho. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in another episode as I take you to another corner of this city. Time to go to lunch. Thanks for joining me. Mata ne. Pretty good with the time.